Women who get together with other women are healthier, happier, and stronger.
Now we can make some figure eights with our hips. Figure eight, figure eight, figure eight, figure eight. Woo!
By the time I met Mickey, I had already contemplated suicide and I was developing a plan. That's how dark my life had gotten.
Because I'm a woman, phenomenal woman, that's me.
Welcome to Prime Time for Women TV, the show for and about women in the prime. Whether you've watched every episode or if this is your first time tuning in, I'm so glad that you're here. Prime Time for Women is all about connecting, empowering, and celebrating women from diverse backgrounds as together we explore new possibilities in the second half of life. And I want to connect with you, not only because it's fun, but because it's good for us. Researchers say positive social connections and interactions increase happiness, decrease the risk of diabetes, dementia, depression, and all kinds of other things. Science is finally catching up with what women have known intuitively for a long time. We are healthier, happier, and stronger when we're together. Speaking of positive connections, I'm excited to introduce my guest. 4 amazing women, all from diverse backgrounds, who will share their dreams, their struggles, joy, sorrows, and triumphs. In sharing their stories, they share themselves. It's my pleasure to welcome Anila Haq, originally from Pakistan, who came to this country shortly after her arranged marriage 32 years ago. She's passionate about sharing her culture and finding common ground with people from diverse backgrounds. Darce Easton is with us, who at almost 90 still volunteers at Meredith Health 2 days a week, and who celebrated her 80th birthday by going skydiving. That's right, skydiving. Darce is rewriting the script on aging. She's a trailblazer who lives life on her own terms. And I'm thrilled to introduce Daphney Smith-Jackson, a woman who is living proof that there's more than one pathway to success. Daphney's father was murdered when she was 7 years old, and she lost her mom in a car accident at 14. Although she was molested and had her first child at 15 and had to drop out of high school, Daphney is now an incredibly successful businesswoman. The company she started out of her kitchen 5 years ago has grown rapidly, and she now employs 14 people. Not only that, she recently received an Enterprising Woman of the Year award, a national recognition for business acumen and community service. Last but definitely not least, I'm excited to welcome Angela Petry to the show. Angela is a multi-talented Jack, or rather Jill of all trades, when it comes to pursuing her artistic endeavors. She's the lead singer with The Flashback, a band from Berkeley Springs. She teaches belly dancing, owns her own recording studios, and recently began recording audible books. That's some lineup. These ladies are as genuine as their stories are inspiring. For them, the second half of life isn't about growing old, it's about growing more. They are continually evolving and discovering what's around the next corner and want to share that ride with you. So, okay, ladies, now that introduction's over, I can't wait to bring you into the conversation and really ask you what it is, how it is that you would describe each of yourselves in one word. What one word would you use to describe yourselves?
Can you go first?
Okay, go ahead. I have to say, I already picked a word for each of you, so it'll be fun to see.
That's what I'm actually curious about. But yeah, I heard you use this word in your opening, and I didn't read it before, but I would say evolving is an absolutely perfect word to describe where I'm at in my life. I never want to stop learning and growing, and I think when we talked before, we talked about I have like a creative ADD. I always want to do that next thing, that next hurdle, that next integration of self-expression, so evolving.
Okay, great. I didn't pick that for you, but okay. Go ahead, Anila.
Mine, I would say, I call myself being a limitless. Limitless, because I believe if I put limits around me, and I won't grow, and I won't change myself. So that is the reason I try to pick a limitless, then I keep moving forward in my life, and the change I bring it, that will bring good for me as well, and for the other people.
Great.
You want to go? You want me to take it?
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to say I'm tenacious. I say that just because I've got a go-getter mentality. There's nothing that's out there. If I want it, I'm going to go for it, and I'm going to go get it, and I'm going to encourage others to do so as well.
That's great. How about you, Darce?
I suppose I would say I'd be inspirational. I hear people say that they want to live like me or be like me or live to be comparable at an older age.
That's great. Well, you know, I am just so amazed that we have this group of women here, and you all inspire me, and I do think that you're limitless, and I hope that together we inspire the people who watch our show. It's so great to hear from all these amazing women and have them enrich our lives by sharing their stories. None of this would be possible without the generous support of Meredith Health, which proudly supports Primetime for Women and the health and well-being of our community. For more information on Meredith Health providers and services, visit meredithhealth.com. It is with lots of gratitude for Meredith Health and for all of you tuning in that we will take a short commercial break, and we'll be right back after that message.
I was afraid, I was in pain, and I was on medications. I didn't want to be just another number. I wanted to be somewhere not far from my family, and somewhere that I knew I had the right doctor. The staff was simply wonderful. The manner, the professionalism, the protocol, it's 100%.
With over 50,000 square feet of merchandise, chances are Labors has what you need. Chairs, Labors has hundreds. You're welcome to come in and try before you buy. Filing cabinets, Labors has hundreds from verticals to laterals. Desks, cubicles, bookcases, conference tables, and more, and all at up to 70% off. Browse Labors' great selection of global office furniture, and they're happy to announce that they now carry FlexSteel furniture, quality home furnishings at Labors warehouse prices. It's all under one roof. Labors on Vasel Boulevard in Hagerstown, family owned and operated for over 40 years.
The DVR. It's changed the way we watch TV. And now, Antietam Broadband takes you to the next level with TiVo. Find your favorites on cable or streaming video faster with voice-activated integrated search. Record up to 6 channels at once and watch from any TV in your home. TiVo from Antietam Broadband. It will change your life. Call today or visit AntietamBroadband.com to learn more.
Music makes an incredible impact in the lives of children, but some students in our schools cannot afford instruments. The Maryland Symphony Orchestra Instrument Bank collects musical instruments for these students to use in local schools, instruments donated by generous community members like you. Do you have musical instruments you no longer use? Contact the Maryland Symphony Orchestra today. Donate an instrument and change a child's life.
Access to high-speed internet is critical for school-aged children. Since 2014, Antietam Broadband and Washington County Public Schools have partnered to connect students and families in need with low-cost, high-speed internet service at home. Every child deserves an opportunity to succeed. Ask your child's teacher for more information on the Antietam EduNet program. A message from Washington County Public Schools and Antietam Broadband.
Want the latest new release movies today? With Movies on Demand, you'll get these titles before Netflix and Redbox.
Being a pigeon could make you an even better spy. Pigeons are everywhere and nobody notices them.
We've got orders to cross here. That is the German front line.
You're coming together. Is your undoing.
Watch the newest collection of movies on demand before Netflix and Redbox.
You know the difference between a minor fall and a major fall. But do you know where to go when they occur? If you are having an urgent but non-emergency healthcare problem like a minor fall, flu symptoms, or sinus infection, visit our urgent care center. We are open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. every day. For a major fall and other critical or complex medical matters, you should come right into our emergency department. Now you know where to go.
Welcome back. When we see and hear from women like Angela, Darce, Daphney, and Anila, we are inspired and our imaginations are piqued. It becomes possible for us to envision new ideas, step out of our comfort zone, and explore new friendships and challenge those self-imposed limitations. Speaking of self-imposed limitations, I was wondering if you all could share maybe something that you have done that was outside of your comfort zone, or something you're thinking about doing, something that was really tough but that you did anyhow. How about if we start with you, Daphney?
Okay, well, the answer that you're expecting is going to be the boxing match. However, that's not it.
Oh, okay.
Really, the thing that caused me to step out of my comfort zone was starting the business.
Okay.
I didn't envision, I've always been very comfortable working for other people. And when people would say they wanted their own business, I'm like, why? Why? I'm comfortable with that. Hey, I'm going to get this paycheck. I know how much it is. So stepping out and starting a business was I was a little fearful about it.
Right.
But I did it. And so would I do it again? Absolutely. I think the things that I've learned from it, it's allowed me to evolve as an individual, bring members onto my team that may not have gotten a shot that they normally wouldn't have gotten. I might give them a chance for whatever reason, because somebody gave me that shot. So yes, I would definitely do it again.
That's great. And it was 5 years ago that you started your business?
Yeah, well, it'll be 5 years in August.
Okay.
Yep, 5 years in August.
Well, congratulations.
Well, thank you.
That's inspiring. Who wants to go next?
I will. Okay. And I'm sure the expected answer is I went skydiving for my 80th birthday. My son asked me what I wanted for my birthday, and I said I wanted to go skydiving, and he said, well, that can be arranged, and he arranged it. And so I had the opportunity to fall out of an airplane, permanently attached to another man at 10,400 feet for my 80th birthday, and I sure would do it again. It was a fabulous experience.
So were you scared, Darce?
No, I wanted to do it.
Yeah.
Well, do it again for me.
I'm not signing up for that one.
Well, I'm going zip-lining for my 90th birthday, and you can join me for that.
That one I would do. I would do
that I do.
Okay, so what do you say? What's something that you've done that's you would step out? You've stepped out of your comfort zone. You've challenged yourself. You've taken those self-imposed limitations and did it.
All right. I would definitely say on my birthday, like when I turned 50, I always wanted to ride a motorbike, but I could not do it. So I took a motorbike license.
So motorcycle
okay. License. I got that, and when I went to, that was a different story. If you want to know that, I can tell you.
Where did you take your class?
I take it in HCC.
Okay.
And when I went in the class, they saw me with my scarf and my sweats and my t-shirt. They thought I'm here for some flower arrangement class. And when I entered in the class, I saw all those guys, big tattoo and big, motorbikers, and ladies big one. And I just go, yes. They said, well, can we help you? I said, yes, I'm here for motorcycle license class. They said, you're at the right place. I said, okay, thank you very much. And then I just went in.
Let me ask you, were you scared?
I wasn't scared. I know they will welcome me. I paid for it.
I paid for that class. She's a girl. I paid for it.
They cannot say no to me. So I entered in there, and I just sit down beside the lady, but all other people were very welcoming, very nice. So I really felt like we have to get to know each other.
Okay, so Angela, how about you? What's something you've done to step out of your comfort zone?
I'm just amazed at what these women all do, and they're such big things. My most recent thing that I've done, because I've done so many things that I've been uncomfortable with and made myself do, the most recent thing was actually last weekend. I performed a piece of music that wasn't entirely original, but I had a very personal connection to it. I had recorded it in the studio. I had never played it live, and we were playing a CD release concert for a musical colleague of ours. And as many times as I've been on stage, as many songs as you've seen me perform, I'm out in the crowd. I love it. I never feel nervous. I was up all night worried about playing this one piece of music because it had such a personal, I had such a personal attachment to it. Very, very different than getting up there and playing like cover music.
Right,
or just
this was a little bit exposing you.
Very, very vulnerable, and so it was like in a quiet way, it was one of the most frightening things that I've done.
Did it go well?
Yes, it went as well as it could be expected.
Would you do it again?
I absolutely would do it again.
Okay. All right. So let me ask you this. Is there something that any of you have done or haven't done yet, but that you're considering doing? Something that would be a challenge. And I will say to this about myself, I have this thing, I often, I'll think about doing something, and if somebody says, oh, I dare you to do that, then I do it because I'm competitive. They don't think I can do it, then I'm doing it. I lifted 115 pounds at the gym. I deadlifted 100 today. But that was sort of like a little bit of a dare. So is there anything in your life that you're thinking about doing and you're holding back, but if I dared you to do it, you would do it?
I would like to say, and this is very inspiring to me listening to what Daphney just said, in starting my own business or starting something that's more formalized with a lot of the activities that I already do, but do them to the next level and actually get serious about some of them and creating that corporate structure, you know, putting that LLC behind it, putting my money where my mouth is, so to speak.
Well,
So
go for it.
I will.
Go for it.
Yes,
Definitely.
I will.
And for me, I would do on 4th of July, I want to ride with the motorbikers and go to the DC. That's what my goal is. I am going to stay on that. I have some motorcycle buddies. They said they will take me there. I said, okay.
Okay, well, this is so fun to hear you all share these stories. So these questions encourage all of us to really think, and I hope they're encouraging our audience to think. They require more than a yes or a no answer. How would you answer these questions? I hope that you'll take some time and think about it and maybe share your thoughts on the Primetime for Women Facebook page. We would love to hear from you. We'd love to have you share your thoughts and ideas because we really believe that every woman deserves to be seen and heard. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after this commercial.
I was afraid, I was in pain, and I was on medications. I didn't want to be just another number. I wanted to be somewhere not far from my family and somewhere that I knew I had the right doctor. The staff was simply wonderful. The manner, the professionalism, the protocol, it's 100%.
With over 50,000 square feet of merchandise, chances are Labors has what you need. Chairs, Labors has hundreds. You're welcome to come in and try before you buy. Filing cabinets, Labors has hundreds from verticals to laterals. Desks, cubicles, bookcases, conference tables, and more, and all at up to 70% off. Browse Labor's great selection of global office furniture, and they're happy to announce that they now carry FlexSteel furniture, quality home furnishings at Labor's warehouse prices. It's all under one roof. Labor's on Vasel Boulevard in Hagerstown, family owned and operated for over 40 years.
The DVR. It's changed the way we watch TV. And now, Antietam Broadband takes you to the next level with TiVo. Find your favorites on cable or streaming video faster with voice-activated integrated search. Record up to 6 channels at once and watch from any TV in your home. TiVo from Antietam Broadband. It will change your life. Call today or visit AntietamBroadband.com to learn more.
Music makes an incredible impact in the lives of children, but some students in our schools cannot afford instruments. The Maryland Symphony Orchestra Instrument Bank collects musical instruments for these students to use in local schools, instruments donated by generous community members like you. Do you have musical instruments you no longer use? Contact the Maryland Symphony Orchestra today. Donate an instrument and change a child's life.
Access to high-speed internet is critical for school-aged children. Since 2014, Antietam Broadband and Washington County Public Schools have partnered to connect students and families in need with low-cost, high-speed internet service at home. Every child deserves an opportunity to succeed. Ask your child's teacher for more information on the Antietam EduNet program. A message from Washington County Public Schools and Antietam Broadband.
Want the latest new release movies today? With Movies on Demand, you'll get these titles before Netflix and Redbox.
Being a pigeon could make you an even better spy. Pigeons are everywhere and nobody notices them.
We've got orders to cross here. That is the German front line.
You're coming together. Is your undoing.
Watch the newest collection of movies on demand before Netflix and Redbox.
You know the difference between a minor fall and a major fall. But do you know where to go when they occur? If you are having an urgent but non-emergency healthcare problem like a minor fall, flu symptoms, or sinus infection, visit our urgent care center. We are open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. every day. For a major fall and other critical or complex medical matters, you should come right into our emergency department. Now you know where to go.
Welcome back. When we listen to stories, really listen, we begin to identify with the storytellers. We find common ground. When we imagine another situation, we begin to experience empathy. And if we're lucky, that empathy for others can lead to compassion for ourselves. I was going to ask all of you today if there's ever been a time when you've had a chance to, you've had the experience of feeling left out and somebody was kind to you, that somebody empathized with your situation and showed you kindness and helped you through that difficult time of feeling left out. Is that something you can share, Daphney?
Absolutely, absolutely. So my memory takes me back to being a young girl, probably about 6 years old. If you look at me today, you'll notice that I have my left eye, it's a lazy eye. And so kids can be, they would be a little mean, you know. So growing up, it was always one-eyed Willie and people making fun of me and things of that nature. And so I overcame that. Popeye the Sailor Man, who's my hero. If you look at Popeye the Sailor Man, he's got the same left eye problem, right? And so he's the reason why I like my spinach. But outside of that, you know, my father who passed when I was 7, he was a person that kind of helped me to embrace that, hey, that left eye is what makes you who you are. You are beautiful. And so now I embrace it and know that it's kind of my trademark and it makes me who I am. So family is kind of what helped me to get through that. And Popeye.
Yes, and spinach, right?
Yes, there you go.
Yeah, but you know, I think that that's a bigger message of that is that if women can see their own beauty and that there's not a single model of what's beautiful.
Absolutely.
Right, that's really important, right?
That's a good point. Absolutely.
Yeah. How about you, Darce?
I was only 57 when I became a widow, and I have so many persons who have inspired me to keep going. I was going to college. I had 2 children and 2 grandchildren, and I was busy doing everything. And there were so many persons who said, you can do it, keep going, you can do it. And so I had persevered through some real struggles, being young and, as I say, young and dumb, and I did a lot of things that I had no idea how or what to do. And I have now reached the point where I can enjoy those merits as well.
That's great. Is there one person in particular that you think about when you think about the support you had, especially when your husband passed?
Yes. The principal of Boonesboro Middle School, Merle Funk, where I was teaching at the time, would constantly say, you can do that, go on, you can do that, go back, take that class or this one, and really encouraged me to keep on doing what I was doing.
So it's so important to have somebody believe in you, right?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Now probably my turn, right? I would say that when I came from Pakistan, coming to America, and coming here not having a fluent English and everything, it was very hard for me to go out and speak with people.
Mm-hmm.
But what I found out once I started going out, people were very welcoming and they were very tolerant towards me when I was speaking with my accent. I still speak with my accent no matter how much I try to change that. But it's a very good support. I got it. I took few classes just to come out from that fear, like I can go out and talk with people and get to know them. And when I was, I remember one time it was very hard for me to say, nice to meet you, because we never used this kind of words in Pakistan 32 years back, because we were not using this. So when I came here and when I have to say to somebody, I used to say, oh my God, I better go in there. And I don't want to see people and things like that. But now, thank God, with the grace of God, I moved on and now I can meet and I can go and talk to anybody and everybody.
And you do it very well.
Thank you very much. That's kind of support I get. Thank you very much.
Yeah. I can't recall like a specific incident that's noteworthy, but I think all of us feel, throughout our lives we feel left out. We didn't get invited to that party. We didn't get the job. I didn't get the gig. I didn't get whatever recognition that I thought I wanted. And anytime I feel that, as I'm listening to everybody else, it's not so much a particular person. When I look outside myself and I see, say, a group of my students, the women that study with me or that we have done charity fundraisers, and they're working for something greater than the individual. They're working for something greater than the whole. That's what pulls me out of that feeling left out, because feeling left out is kind of like a singular emotion, and having a group, having your community pull you out of that and show you that you're part of something larger is what inspires me to not feel that way anymore.
Right, that's great. I was thinking about when I was in 4th grade, I went we moved from Pennsylvania to Maryland, and I went from a Catholic school to a public school. And when I was in Catholic school, the public school kids used to come for CCD class, and we'd say, the publics are coming, the publics are coming. And now I was going to be a public, and I was scared to death. And I can remember I went to class, my first day of class, the teacher called on me. Her name was Mrs. Marnell, and I stood up and answered her, because that's how we did it in the Catholic schools. And everybody laughed. And I just knew I was so embarrassed. I felt like such an outsider. And Mrs. Marnell had all the kids stand up and said, I love that. That's so respectful. For the rest of the day, everybody will stand up. It's such a little thing, but it made me, it flipped that experience of feeling like the lone or the outsider to being a role model. So I love Mrs. Marnell to this day. I actually dated her son for a while, but well, that's another story. But anyhow, we have a few more minutes before we go to our commercial break. And I wanted to see if you all had some time that you wanted to recommend, something that you thought women in our community might want to attend an event that would really, really enrich their lives and get to know people like we're getting to know each other on this show. So is there anything coming up for you that you want to recommend?
Oh, yes, there is. My band, The Flashbacks, are playing 2 shows, actually 3 shows at the end of this month, but most notably in this area, the 20th at Knob Hall Winery, that's a Friday night at 7 p.m. And then the following night, the 21st, at the Country Inn in Berkeley Springs, we're going to be playing a luau themed party, which will be very fun.
So if you want to say hi to Angela in real time, go to those events. So how about you?
I am a North Carolina native now, so the one thing that I do have coming up here in Hagerstown, I will be hosting Women Who Uplift, our very first annual women's conference at the Maryland Theater on Saturday, October the 17th. And so it will be a full day event of keynotes and breakout sessions designed with things to inspire and uplift women. And then the evening portion of that will be from 8:30 to 11:30, where we're just going to celebrate one another. We will have a band come in, which I'm going to have to grab your by the way. Absolutely. The band will be in the ballroom, the grand lobby, and the second floor. We'll have a DJ there, and we'll just kind of have a really good time connecting with one another. So,
okay, Darce.
I would like to encourage all the women to think about volunteering. That's what I do now. I volunteer 2 nights a week at the hospital, and I think if you would find an organization that you are passionate about and would volunteer your time, you would be surprised at how gratifying it is.
Right. For me, I would say being different. People like to know about us, and people want to connect with us, but they don't know how. So I am probably pretty much open anytime they want to ask questions and want to know how things goes around being Muslim woman. I am more than welcome, available to.
And you're on Facebook too, right?
I am on Facebook too. Yes, I am there.
And I just wanted to say that on March 8th, I'll be posting some pictures of women striking the pose in honor of Women's International Day, International Women's Day. And striking the pose is this idea, the hashtag, it's called Each for Equal, because an equal world is an enabled world. And we're looking to post those pictures. And we also have a really cool workshop coming up in April. It's Women, Wine, and Financial Wisdom. I hope you'll check out our website and maybe sign up for that. I'd like to thank you for joining Prime Time for Women today. We enjoyed ourselves, and we enjoyed having you tune in. We hope that you'll be a part of our community on Facebook. Feel free to drop us a line, reach out to us. We would love to hear from you. Take care. We'll see you next time.